the smoke had gotten really bad at that point in time. So I went and got a room down in Santa Cruz because the kids couldn't really breathe, and I'm like, it was my parents' anniversary, so even though my mom's got late stage Alzheimer's, my dad would still take her down to Carmel and take her out to lunch or something. So I call, I get the room, I call my parents, I call my dad, said, don't come home, the smoke's too bad, you can't even breathe. I got the kids a room, stay at my sister's. And we're down eating some sushi or something, and I get I get the evacuation notice on my phone saying you've been ordered to evacuate. I'm like, crap, the animals are still at home, and you haven't gotten anything. I mean, we only packed for one day to let the smoke roll through. So me and Rama roll back up to the property, and we had just finished this gorgeous tree house. It was a $150,000 tree house, 50 feet up, 2 redwood trees. It had abalone lined shower. All the wood was milled from the property, redwood and madrone. I mean, it was gorgeous. It had 3 decks to it, full ocean views. I mean, it was the most beautiful thing you'd ever see, right? It was an engineering feat. My dad helped build it. It was amazing. Just finished it. I'm like, well, let's go up to the treehouse and see if we can see anything. The smoke's bad. We climb up to the treehouse, and I look over the ridge, and all we see is flames. Trees going up like
you can see the
flames.
Yeah.
Oh, visible. And I'm like, holy shit, like it's right there. And so I tell my wife, I go, you got to get out of here. So I made her just get packed up and bail. And so we go down to our place, and I'm looking at the fire, and I can still see it from my deck. And I'm like, you know what, I'm so sweating. I'm like just shaking with anxiety. And, at least the kids are safe. My wife's safe. My parents are safe. My poor dog, crawls into his cage, and he won't get out of the cage. He's like freaked out. Get the animals out with her. And I'm like, I just need to take a shower, reset. I figure I got at least an hour before it hits me, the fire gets to us. I go to hop in the shower, and my phone rings, and all my buddies up in Bonnie Doon, they're like, the fire just jumped to the top of Jameson, which is the first road from Boulder Creek up by my place. I'm like, no, it didn't. I'm looking at the fire right now. And they're like, you got to get out. You got to get out. So I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about, but I don't take a shower. I get dressed again. I grab a few of my guns and like some gold and silver, and basically that's it. And a couple outfits, and I grab an outfit each for the kids, and I throw it I just pack it in my car. And I roll out, and what happened is the fire had come straight from west to east, and I didn't see that part. It had come from northwest to southeast, and that's what I was looking at, the ridge in front of me on fire. But it went all the way up Big Basin, all the way to the golf course, and then came back up, turned back
around.
In.
It's coming from all angles.
It came from all angles. And when I got out, there was fire on both sides of the road. Like, if I would have waited another 20 minutes, I probably would have been toasted. Like, it was Armageddon. It was never seen anything like it. And it was a canopy fire. Most of Bonnie Doon got a duff fire. We got a canopy fire where the tops of 100-foot trees are going up like matches. And when I finally was able to get back up to the property a couple days later, we snuck back up. I snuck up with a couple of firemen friends of mine. We cooked dead deer on the road. Dead squirrels everywhere.
Because it happened that fast.
It happened that fast. It was, the houses burned over 2,000 degrees. The forest fire was like at 500-600 degrees, and nothing incinerated everything. And it was tough.
I'm sure. Tough. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I can't even imagine. My old man was a victim of a house fire when he was a kid, and they lost everything. They didn't have much to start with, but you've had this business, you got your family, things are kind of going well for you. You've had this abundance mindset.
It was 17 years of developing off the grid property, so. But what I realized is at a certain point in time, it's easy to buy into a certain, dogma of life. And,
sure.
I was into this dogma of, this abundance thing and then morning routine and all of this stuff. Well, that's easy to do when things are going well.
Good. Yeah, sure.
It's really challenged when things turn sideways. It's like, do I really believe this or not? And I made the decision, like, no, I do believe this. I've seen it. Yeah. I can manifest things in real time. And so I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not even going to be a fire survivor. I'm going to be a fire thriver. What does it look like to be a fire thriver? And understanding that I'm not going to allow this thing to hijack my thoughts, my words, my actions, because I know my actions over time will equal a result,
Results.
and that result will reinforce a belief system.